Show of hands. How many of you feel like you are living connected lives? Right? I see some hands out there. We have a lot of ways to connect. Phone, email, text, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. It's gotten so confusing. I'm not even sure what all these platforms are for anymore, right? It's like Facebook is where you catch up with old friends, LinkedIn's for the hustle, and Instagram is the Wild West, right? I don't even know what's going on in that feed anymore. Half of it are like my friends' fabulous lives. Then there are these makeup contouring tips. You know, just trying to get some edge there with the cheekbone. Then I see these small Labrador puppies that never grow more than the size of your hand. And then there are many people who like to tell me that I have between 15 and 20 pounds of stored poop in my body. And we gotta get it out, right? We gotta get the poop out. It's pretty scary. We live in a world where our whole lives can be conducted from the comfort of our home, wearing sweatpants on Zoom. So where does real connection happen, and why is it so valuable? Well, first let's start defining the word. For me, connection means feeling fully seen and heard, living, laughing, loving, dancing, crying, hugging. That's what it means to me. That's engagement. Not trading real-life, face-to-face connection for fistfuls of likes on the internet by people who I don't even speak to anymore from high school, even though they seem to be doing really well, right? Like so well. The acne cleared up, and I mean, they're living their best lives. So I'm happy for them. They're doing great. Our world has gotten so noisy that if you can find true connection, it's like gold. It's crypto. Connection is the new currency. Throughout my career, first as a stand-up comic and then as a producer, there were two places where I felt completely connected to others. One was a stand-up stage, and the other was this place where I went Monday through Friday, every day, and was paid to be there. Now, some of you may have experienced a place like this yourselves. Others of you may have heard about it from your parents. And some of you young ones, you may have streamed shows about it on the internet. It's called The Office. Dun, dun, dun. I know, the big O word. The letters RTO, return to work, have become more dreaded than the letters IRS, right? Not only have people become super comfortable working from home, many people new to the workforce, welcome, have never been to the office on a regular basis, and they're terrified. Am I allowed to make personal calls? Are you allowed to leave for lunch? Are they gonna throw staplers at me? Today, I'm banishing the Sunday scaredies for good. Today, I'm taking back returning to on-site to the office. I'm taking back the fear out of it, because the office is where you can make the greatest connections that change the course of your life. The office is where you can find your own voice and your own identity, make incredible friendships, even possibly find love. Sam and Diane, Jim and Pam, Shrek and Fiona. They didn't meet on Zoom. They met at work. And if you're a boss or manager, I will show you not only how to get your team to show up in person, but be motivated to stay there. And trust me, it's not about forcing them or giving them free coffee. It's about giving them freedom. Freedom to fully live their lives without fear, which will unlock their greatest productivity and creativity. And once you, as an employee, feel that freedom that allows you to exchange ideas, laughter, and energy with your colleagues, work will no longer feel like a prison. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who is this lady? Was she sent by Jeff Bezos or Tim Cook to try to indoctrinate us into the workforce through TEDx talks? No, that's not who I am. I've been an executive producer of television for over 20 years. I've produced and created shows and content for major cable outlets, network streamers, digital platforms. But the thing I'm most proud of is not working with every celebrity from Britney Spears to Beyonce, or introducing the world to the Long Island Medium, or convincing John Cena to get slimed at the Kids' Choice Awards. That wasn't very hard. He was like, me first. Love that guy. But what I am most proud of is my rock star go-to team of Avengers, who when I say assemble, they say when and where, and they don't ask for a Zoom link. They want to show up in person. They know that we're going to work hard and play hard. And here's the secret. The connection we have with each other compounds our creativity, opportunity, and quality of execution. By trusting and valuing our team, my product has become more valuable. Connection is the new currency. It wasn't always that way. When I came up as a television producer, you were measured by your grit. And it was okay for your boss to kind of be a jerk. And I had one boss that would walk down the hall with a baseball bat. And when I would be in charge of a project, he would come to my office smacking that bat against his hand. "Don't screw it up, Marta. Don't screw it up, Marta." And I was so terrified of this man and his baseball bat, I would have nightmares. I would have knots in my stomach. And I swore to myself that if I was ever in a position of authority, I would not be that type of boss. And I wasn't. I became a mentor, AKA Aunt Marta, to so many young people coming up, because I would listen to them, encourage them. I not only told our young teammates to sit at the conference room table, once they were sitting there, I asked them what they thought. And when we had downtime, that conference room turned into a circuit workout class. We had one guy doing weights over here, someone was doing sit-ups over here, another guy had a whistle. I'm leading Grapevine from the 80s. Know what I mean? Add a step, kick, just doing whatever we can. Like, why not? It's the conference room. Let's have fun. Our interns competed in the cheese board Olympics. This was fabulous. They competed, and what they were competing for was to get hired and asked back the next summer. So they basically had 40 minutes to scour New York City, come up with the ultimate cheese board. You have no idea what the power of a solid Gouda and a whimsical fig jam can do for your career. Takeaway point right there. That's a golden nugget. Somebody mark that down. And when the demands of real life superseded work life, I made sure that real life took priority. No one was ever scared to ask for a day off if they were sick, or if their kid was sick, or if their mom needed help with the Netflix password, or they just needed a day. And it wasn't because I was this amazing boss. I was human. I had days I left early to go to my kids' events. I went on a trip to the Bahamas with my best friends from high school. And many times I left early to go to my mom's apartment to help her again with the Netflix password. I showed my team that I was human. I connected with them in a real way and let them be human too, because connection is currency. But unlike other currencies, supply and demand don't affect the value of connection. And aside from delivering a great product to my clients, here's what else that currency has bought me. Loyalty, a reputation for being a fun, creative, chill boss, an identity separate from home. And here's what that currency bought my team. Confidence, experience, the leeway to screw it up and then learn from that screw up without fear. And connection. They were able to make their own connections, which could lead to job offers. Who are you going to connect with? The guy that you sat next to in the meeting that you both joked about something that happened there? Or number 6 box on a Zoom call? Those type of connections do not happen virtually. They happen during the breaths of work. Walking to grab lunch together, chatting before a meeting, taking a client out for dinner, and then some epic post-dinner karaoke. We belong to the light, we belong to the thunder. You're too young, ask your parents, Google it, but it's a go-to karaoke. That's bonding. You can't do that from home. So, how do we make this connection happen when bosses and employees are at a standstill? Number 1, for bosses, do not force your team to do anything. How about really listening to your team about their concerns about returning to work? One size does not fit all. There has got to be a hybrid solution. Number 2, for employees, meet your bosses halfway. Yes, I understand the cost of babysitting, commutes, wanting to be home with your children. But these people are paying you, so at least let them feel heard, understand their pressures, and strive to find a middle ground. And number 3, have fun. This is for everyone. Show up with good intentions and with a good attitude, knowing that if you bring that energy, insight, and excitement to where you work, if you can have honest conversations about what works for you, what you need, when do you need to be home, when do you need to be at work, all that can do is compound what you make together. It makes us feel good inside. You don't have the Sunday scareties. You might have heard, by letting your employees grow, your company will grow. Or to say to your employees, you do you. But I like to say, you do you, and let them do them. If you do you and let them do them, you've given your team and yourself the permission to be human. You've given them the opportunity to find real connections at work. And that's a job worth showing up for. Thank you.